You're fine. So, you are in Elliot's clock tower. You have discussed kind of the future and the stakes of what's going on with Everas. And your next adventure is set. Elliot has retired to his room, allowing you all kind of your own space to talk, to chat, before heading to bed or gearing up or doing whatever you need to do.
Thal's gonna kind of like be, she's gonna be pacing a little bit. She's like, I am concerned about Evelyn, but I think I would feel if she was in danger. I think everything's fine. Maybe she's, you know, doing her own thing like she normally does.
I mean, would you feel it?
We're connected. I don't know. I guess I could ask Elliot in the morning.
You wouldn't have magic if something truly did happen to her, remember?
True. Yeah, 'cause I did lose it when Ursula died, so she has to be okay. She must just be doing her, you know, queen thing, right?
I
Yeah,
mean, we shouldn't waste our energy worrying over something that we don't know for sure. Evelyn's strong. She's probably all right.
you're right.
What I think we got to worry about is trying to persuade uh, the Fae, who is guarding the flower, to move it and do what our plan is. That's what I'm most worried about.
Fleur,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
moving. Yeah. I mean, how long do you think? Well, we wouldn't know. This is speculation. How long would the rose stay alive for? And how would we even ask the Fae at Hollowroot to even let us in the Elder Tree? I didn't think that was allowed.
Uh, well, the Fae don't guard the Elder Tree. The Abori people do.
But would they let us in?
Yes. Where do I come from?
Well, yeah, but it's still like the most sacred tree in
I'm
Everos.
pretty sh- I'm pretty sure I could persuade them because we're going there to do good, and they can follow us and see whatever we do. We have good intentions, and I'm sure they would be able to sense that.
Okay. So how should we make our plea to Fleur?
I don't know if we're really going to know that until we talk to her. I mean, who
Maybe,
knows? Maybe she's really nice. Maybe she's not.
or
We
maybe we have to end up doing a deal
we did
to get
solve those murders.
in Canterbury.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And they said
And
that
we've
she's been quiet ever since, so we've already done her some service, I would imagine.
true.
I hope.
Well, I guess we won't know until like we get there, right?
We're leaving first thing tomorrow.
Think so. Elliot said we didn't have too much time. That's why we're splitting our parties, which kind of makes me a little nervous that he's gonna go out by himself. I know he's like the Gordian and all, but he has been gone for like a year, and y- the world kind of went poop.
Yeah, but if Bad Elliot is still out there, then it might be best if he stays under the radar and we kind of draw attention easily because we're a big group and well, we were sent to the void and we obviously made it back. So maybe it's just his way of flat staying under the radar.
Yeah. This makes me nervous. That's all. Um, is everybody mentally okay after all just happened, like forgetting, something really important. And she looks at Lucan real fast and then back to her hands.
Is that a no, Lucan?
My internet is being funky.
The
It's
internet.
Discord, because it all
Okay.
went out for me and I froze and everybody froze. I will be right back because I'm gonna leave Discord and come back. I apologize.
Like I
You're fine.
heard Lucan and looks at your hands, and I was kind of waiting for it to come back on, and then
Oh. She asked if everybody was mentally okay, and then she glanced at Lucan and then looked back at her hands. After like everything we went through.
yeah, um, we'll be fine. I mean, we'll all be fine, right?
I mean,
Eventually.
I've died like almost twice, and you died almost like once. So I don't know
I'm
anymore.
pretty sure I've almost died several times, but who's counting? Not me.
Oh, we're not supposed to be counting? Is that bad luck? Oh,
I don't know. I lost track of how many times we've all had a brush with death, so
that's what I mean. Or maybe they really like us. I don't know.
Well, I feel all right, except for sitting around. I don't know. I feel more determined than I did before. There's stuff we need to do, and I'm ready to take care of it. It's hard to wait.
Understandable. I just know we should be careful because of our recent brushes with death.
Yeah, I don't want to lose anybody.
Me either. You guys are my family now.
Elowens sure seems shocked.
I'm trying to like stall for her to come back.
I'm trying.
At least we can hear you.
Yeah, maybe rest your camera for a minute.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
how are you, Elowen?
I I'm good. We have a lot to do and I'm a little worried, but I think it'll be okay.
I think we're a strong group. Individually, but especially together. I think we can do it. We've done a lot together.
I was going to look around Eliot's bookcase for something on Chernabog. Like
Um,
to pre-prep research, be like, what is this Chernabog? Because she has no clue what that is.
roll investigation check.
$21.
How long do you spend looking for the book or any type of information?
She's probably not very long. She's just kind of like glancing at the the spines of the book. That's what they're called.
Um, you kind of go over a couple books, and some bindings, and um, looking at their titles and things like that. Um, but you remember the Arcana that Eliot that had information on the world, because you can't really seem to find any information on a demon called Chernabog. Um, but the remembrance of Eliot's Arcana comes to your mind.
And it's here still?
Mhm.
Oh. So I was gonna like walk over there and just like whisper to the Arcanum, Chernabog.
The book opens up and some pages flop around before ultimately coming to a page where you see this large dynamic creature with huge giant black wings and horns um, kind of sketched into it. And then the top of the title it says Chernabog. Um, the information that you see here is that it's a demon of of darkness, a world eater perhaps, um, and it is known as a very raw representation of evil. There's not much information about it other than that he presides over the Forbidden Mountains.
Okay. Oh. She kind of pales at the sight of seeing a demon like that because she really hasn't seen a demon that big before. And she's like, okay, well, that's scary. And then she'll ask the Arcanum, like, how do you defeat a demon?
Um, the book kind of like flaps open to a couple pages, but there's no like information that you can really get on specifics other than just information about there's different demons can do different things, different type of rituals, different type of sacrifices that you can make for lesser demons, but there isn't information specifically about Chernabog and how to defeat him.
Kind of like slams her fists on the side of the table. She's like, drats. Okay, well, that didn't help. Okay. Um, right. And she just turns around and claps her hands behind her and just rocks back and forth on her heels, listening to the rest of the group.
I don't know. I think we should just rest and do what we normally do. Get up and face another day. Do the best we can. Like I said, I don't think we're really going to know how to handle Fleur until we meet her. But maybe we should talk about rules for interacting with the Fae.
Yes. So, how much have I been able to study about them?
Um, During the couple of months that you would have been studying at the Magisterium, you have learned a lot of information about them. Um, you know that they can bend the rules of speaking that they can't lie, but they can definitely be tricky in that sort. Um, to if you're alone in a wood and you hear music, to stay far away. Um, let me see.
My rules.
You not to trust them willingly, to listen to what they're saying as literal sometimes. Um, but not all Fae are bad, but not all Fae are good. Um, so you've learned a fair amount, but if there ever you have a specific question, I could have you roll to see what you thought.
Okay. Uh, well, through my studies, I know that the wives' tale of them not being able to lie is kind of stretched. Technically, they can't, but it doesn't mean that they tell the wholehearted truth either. They're a little tricky with their words, and you can't accept anything from them. That is a present, and not necessarily nothing is free. So if they give you a little bit of tea, they expect something in return. You owe them.
Um,
But not all Fae are good and not all Fae are bad. But we'll have to see when we meet her.
you also remember that the Fae don't wish to be seen. and they typically are concealed through glamours to disguise themselves, and sometimes even magical creatures can be disguised as different things. Like goblins can appear as large toads with dried leaves for ears, and trolls might look like just giant mossy boulders. Sprites can look like insects, and if they choose to, that fairies can completely disappear. Um, the Fae cannot handle any iron or materials made of iron, such as steel. If a fairy touches iron, the exposed spot can get burned or damaged. And they are violently allergic to most like human things, especially salt. Um, they do like things like cow's milk. Um, they are drawn to the color green. Um, However, they do know that if a humankind or mankind is wearing something that displeases them, they can often um, be displeased with them. Red is a makes them shy away, um, similar to smoke and bees. And a protective method against malevolent fairies is a bunch of twigs, one from oak, one from ash, and one from some kind of thorn tree, bound together in red thread.
I go off, start rattling about what I've learned of fairies, and she looks over at Bailey. Do you think you can change before we go?
What? No. Why?
They really don't like the color red.
There's not even that much. I mean, I guess there's some accents. Really?
We have to do anything we think to please her.
Maybe she'll
Well,
like you naked.
most people do.
I
Maybe
wasn't
she will
thinking
too.
quite like that. That might displease her more,
I
maybe.
mean, I can't change the color of my eyes. I guess I could put on my old leather armor. Still a
Okay.
tiny bit of red, but it's mostly black and white. Unless
I
you
was
Keep you
guys
just
have
towards the
other
back.
clothes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll change. I'll change in the morning. I'm not changing right now.
yes, that's fine. So we just have to be careful by what we say and what she says, and she could also appear not as a fae, and we don't know. She could. They're very tricky.
You don't think my eyes are gonna freak her out, do you?
I hope not.
Oh, I know how to solve this. I can make you look like somebody else for a little bit.
Elowyn, you know that fays have true sight. You can see through any type of glamour or anything like that.
That won't work.
Without
They
using. Sorry, go on.
they don't. She would be able to see right through it. She has true sight, or all fairies do.
Okay.
Question for the DM. So, not a glamour, but as part of my subclass, I get infiltration expertise and I can create the perfect disguise. Would they be able to see through that?
True sight allows you to see through any type of disguise, any type of glamour, any type of magic. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm just gonna put my leather armor on. Just only a tiny bit of red. I, I, I don't know. Like Thal said, I'll just hang towards the back, I guess. I don't really know what to do about it. Can't, like I said, I can't change my eyes, but unless you
That's
guys
true.
have other clothes that are gonna fit me, I think everything I have has at least a bit of red.
Not something with armor. I ripped up my old for our little nightmares.
But I think I'm a lot taller than you two.
Yes, yes, you are.
Lucan is going to pull out his old not like he wasn't wearing armor before, but like the clothes that he was wearing prior to like his new set of like clothes and armor. Could wear these.
What does it look like?
Um, I'm pretty sure that was whatever we had changed into. I don't know. We've made several clothing changes in this process.
Character
And I know
development.
that, yeah. He does have a set of like traveler's clothes like in his bag.
Bailey's just gonna kind of like, "Ugh, I'm good.
We
Fair
should be
enough.
fine. Maybe
Thanks.
not. Let's not dwell on that too much, I guess.
Yeah, I think we have bigger things to worry about.
But we'll just ask nicely and see what she says.
It's gonna be fine. Like I said, we've accomplished a lot. We should rest so that we can get moving. I don't want to waste any more time.
I
Before
agree.
Thal goes the rest, Thal's gonna turn to the book, remembering that Maleficent is a fae, and she's gonna turn the book and say Maleficent.
The pages roll forward, and she has a large chapter. It goes over her history, how she came to be, the kingdom that she cursed. It goes into a little bit of Aurora's story, and how that she has the ability to shapeshift into a dragon, and was once known as the mistress of all evil. Um, she is a highly powerful archfey, um, bred between Fey and Demon.
Okay. She pockets that information before anything.
Anything else?
Rest up, everyone.
Yeah, get some good
Right.
sleep. We're gonna need it.
All right, so you all go into your rooms and get cozied up in your beds and the lush goose feather pillows and fleece blankets. Take a good night's sleep for sure, in the comfort of Eliot's clock tower. Um, in the morning, kind of as the sunlight starts to trickle through your windows, and the city below starts to wake up, for their morning routines. Um, you smell like eggs and toast and biscuits and fruits kind of drafting in, from the main corridor. Um, as you all gather your things, change your clothes, and get ready for your next adventure, you come out to the main thoroughfare and you see that there's a large breakfast prepared for you. And then there is a note on the table next to a seashell addressed to you all.
How lovely. Oh, look at this. And Elowen picks up the note.
Um, it's a note from Eliot, and it reads, "Good luck on your adventure. We'll meet again soon. I have a lot to gather. Enjoy your breakfast, and the seashell's there for you when you need it."
Thal picks up the seashell, puts it to her ear. I can hear the ocean.
Does it truly work like that?
Well,
Pretty sure
yeah, listen.
it's not the ocean.
But sure it is.
It's just the blood rushing through your ears. And she takes a bite of toast. Not to burst your bubble.
I love bubbles. I miss making bubbles, actually. And she like has to blow bubbles in the air.
Bailey just stares at Thal and takes another bite.
Thal's actually, when everybody's like distracted eating, she's going to take her communicator and go to like the window or something and like try to contact Evelyn and just be like, hey Evie, I hope you're okay. Um, I hope everything's all right and that we miss you. All right, bye.
It's just the same swirling smoke that you had saw previously.
Okay, she must be really busy. And she goes back to listening to the ocean and the seashell. Wow, seashell. Do you know how this thing works? And she kind of shakes it.
No, he just says it'll be here when we need it. Maybe it's some sort of transport?
Maybe. What if you have to blow into it? And she like looks to see if there's like that part where you can blow in and make a horn sound, or is it sharp?
It's like just like a little like half of a clamshell.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was thinking it was like a conch shell for some reason.
Yeah, no.
That makes
All
things
right, so it's a
funny.
it's a bivalve. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a bowl to eat out of.
Maybe not. Let's
Drink.
finish up breakfast, and maybe if we all touch it, something will happen.
Oh,
Okay.
boy. You guys with touching magical items, I swear.
She touches
It.
Bailey.
It's from
I'm
Elliot.
magical.
Bailey sidesteps away, but smiles at Thal. Alright, guys, let's finish eating so we can get this show on the road.
Okay.
All right, so you finish up eating and tuck everything away, clean up your messes, and then after you're all done and gathered around, the seashell floats up into the air as it starts to grow in size, and it creates an archway, full of golden magic that you can see. Um, and then on the other side, you see the forest, the Belldum woods of Canonbury Bay.
Well, that's convenient. It wasn't a bowl at all. It's a door.
Knew he would leave us some sort of transport.
Good. That saves us some time. Is
All
everyone
right.
ready?
Elowyn picks
To
up
the
her
sea.
staff. She pats her bag. Let's go.
All right. So you go through the portal before disappearing, and you feel that rush of teleportation magic as you arrive to the twisted wood of the Belldum Forest. Um, it's a dark, misty forest with a dirt road that leads deeper in. You know that this is supposedly like a dangerous and haunted forest. Not many people venture in without coming back out unscathed or with at least a story to tell. Kind of the chilly air shivers down your spine, but the road forward beckons you closer and deeper into the wood.
Val's gonna cling to Lucan.
Did we lose Lucan?
Possibly.
Oh, here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, we can hear you. We just see two rotating diamonds, squares.
I like that
Yeah.
look for you.
Good.
If you couldn't tell, I rolled my eyes.
Oh,
Oh.
I could tell. Wow.
Yeah, you go through the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matches Lucan's
Exactly.
aesthetic.
um, he is going to um put his arm around Thal and like we were walking through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, as we're walking.
Um, you just keep traveling along the road um, as the sun starts to rise higher in the sky, meaning a couple hours have passed as you've been traversing the forest. The road gets narrower, and in some places it's skipped with overgrown brush and leaves and things like that. Before eventually you come across a large looking valley surrounded by two large mountains off the distance. And in the basin of the valley, you see a forest with crumbling ruins of castles and turrets and towers, um, and what seems to be an old and ancient village or kingdom, if you will. And the pathway descends down into the basin of the valley.
I definitely think we're on the right path because remember, the rose is where the first civilization was.
So you think this is Eden?
Yes, I believe, or some out the outskirts of it.
Seems right to me.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's really haunted.
I don't believe it's haunted. And Elwyn kind of takes a look, and she's just going to get a sense of the area just because she knows forests. Does it feel haunted to her?
Roll nature.
18 plus 6. Okay.
It feels ancient. I mean, it feels like there have been a lot of history, a lot of civilization has passed through here. Haunted not in a means of evil or a negative presence, haunted as in the sense of a lot has happened here in this old and ancient ruined kingdom.
It's not haunted per se, like with malicious spirits. It's more of that it weighs heavy with time and through civilizations and groups of people coming and going. There's a lot that has happened here, and it's sticking to the air.
Like, try to feel sticking and like licks the air. I don't taste it.
You just get a sense of it, of something in the roots,
Okay.
stories.
Okay.
But we should
So,
probably keep going. We're looking for maybe a garden or something that looks almost holy in a way.
holy. Okay.
And what does holy look like?
It probably would look grandiose, something that the rose would be in the center of, hopefully. I'm just going off of what other civilizations have done in the past. There's not much that we know about of Eden, so I can't tell you exactly.
Got it. But what if it's hidden better than that?
It might be. That's why we just have to look around and see if anything looks peculiar, because I'm sure it is hidden. It had to be.
Or we could ask the the air. I know that sounds weird, but like just call out for Fleur, maybe? Politely?
We can try.
Do
I
you
don't
think
know
the
if she'll
Fae would
show
like
up.
that?
I don't know. I don't know if she would show.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
look around a bit more before we start resorting to that.
Okay.
So you travel into the city of ruins and overgrowing vines and plant growth. And you see like birds chirping and little butterflies flapping around as you pass them, woodland creatures scurrying about. Um, and then what really catches your eye is a stark white looking creature that hops into the pathway ahead of you. You see that it is just a small little white rabbit that stops in the middle of the path, kind of perks up and looks at you, and then starts heading down the road.
That
Hey,
was.
wait a second.
Oh,
Oh,
Should we
hello
follow
there.
that? I want to follow that. And he kind of starts like briskly walking forward.
oh, wait for me, Lucan. She's like holding on to his back of his shirt.
Uh,
He's gonna keep on walking and like reach back and like hold her like forearm and kind of like pull her with him.
Okay. Elowen and Bailey.
Elwyn's gonna follow, and she's going to prepare, not really prepare, but I'm going to speak to the rabbit as soon as we can catch up. See if they know anything.
Bailey is going to warily look around and pull out her bow and just kind of get it ready and follow the others. Hanging
Don't
back,
kill the
like Thal
rabbit.
suggested. I'm not gonna kill the rabbit. I'm just ready. This place is, I don't know. It kind of gives me the creeps.
It reminds me of the Under a little bit.
Exactly.
So you follow the rabbit down little corridors and pathways. It hops over some fallen trees and debris as you sort of catch up to it, um, and then you see it blink across a small, not a small, but maybe a 100-yard looking like boggy swampiness that has kind of just marked over some of the ruins, and then you see it just sitting there across the way.
Lucan's gonna stop like far enough away still and let like Elowen and stuff catch up, um, so that she can maybe try and talk to it.
Elowyn catches up and she walks very slowly towards the rabbit and she casts Speak with Animals.
It's on the other side of the bog.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
It
misunderstood.
blinked across the bog, and is on the other side on the bank.
It blinked?
Yes.
Spell blink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then,
Oh,
Please tell me we don't have to walk through
it looks like we're going across the bog, everyone.
that's okay. Bogs are nice. They have water.
Well,
there. Guys, why do we?
how far is the bog? Like, what is the
Uh,
estimate?
about 100 yards.
It's just a rabbit.
What is that in feet?
3 yards
100.
in a yard, so 300.
300? Okay.
Good job, thank you, Bailey.
Math whiz over here.
As the one who failed like every math class in college.
Hey, me too, and I work at a bank, so.
I have a
Oh,
question
Yes.
for the DM.
Okay.
Tree stride.
Okay.
Is it for me or can I grab onto other people and travel through?
So, tree strike. It's a spell, right?
Hmm.
It's only for whoever you use it on, so it would just be yourself.
Okay.
And
Thank
I
you.
cast
Mhm.
water walk on everybody else and have them walk across.
Try.
Okay, well, she's gonna turn to Bailey since she's afraid of water and be like, "Here, try this," and she casts water walk on Bailey.
She flinches. What did you do?
You should be able to walk across the water. I mean, it works on lava. I would hope it works on a bog.
I swear to you, know if it doesn't. She takes a step onto the bog.
So as you approach the bog, you see these giant lily pads start to appear and create stepping stones for you to cross the bog.
Oh,
Okay, as long as there's no alligators, she'll take another few steps, kind of work her way slowly across the bog, looks back to see if everyone's following.
That would be
You
like, "Oh, I'm dumb."
you start to smell kind of an acidic type of gassy smell as you cross the bog. Um, Everyone, go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
22.
12.
16. Negative in that.
Lucan?
He drowned.
So did Thal.
Discord.
It's having a hot day today.
Yeah, I had to use Ryan's webcam. I didn't like mine. That's why I look different.
I'm gonna take this chance to go to the bathroom super quick.
Okay,
Oh, that's a good idea.
go ahead.
Pee break.
I'm not sure if this hairstyle is going to last with Batu. It hurts a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't want to do that.
It does look cool though. I'm waiting for Jared to get home to see if he thinks if it's too much. He wants me to do space buns. I don't look good in space buns. I look like Tinkerbell.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
So I bought a Hocus Pocus shirt.
You did.
I did. But I don't have any Disney shirts, so what I'm gonna do is just wear a normal outfit when we go, and then find a shirt at Disney to buy.
Sounds good.
Because there's slim pickings online.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And my friend Molly, she will have 40% discount with cast. So, yeah.
He doesn't like it.
Or Sid.
Be like that sometimes.
All right. Well, um, you see like rising like marsh and swamp gas kind of rise around, but it dissipates. You guys were able to succeed past it. But then kind of through the undercroppings of like clusters of cattails and swamp grass, you hear rustling in the vegetation ahead of you. Um, you see six um humanoid creatures on stilts. These stilts allow the creatures to move easily through the muck and to stay above the water. Um, you recognize them to be six hobgoblins who are all wearing patchwork rags and furs. Strapped to the back of each stilt walker is a wired cage, padded with straw and filled with various eggs of different sizes and colors. Um, they pass by you without as so much as a greeting, before disappearing into the swamp grass below, and eventually you cross the small bog to the other side, where the rabbit has already darted off down into the square of what looks to be the city proper. You see on the right hand side, in old Avarian language, Eden.
Well, that was
I think
weird.
Wait till Elliot we found this place. I'm sure eh, once he tells the magisterium that about this place, they'll send archaeologists out here. It looks untouched.
surprised they haven't yet, actually.
Who knows? Maybe they just didn't have someone as interested.
Be true.
I find it
So
fascinating.
maybe he'll assign it to you.
Oh, well, I'm not even his apprentice yet.
That's true. So since it's like the most center part of, Everas, do you think we just go to the center of town?
Well, we could always start there and go from there.
Okay.
Eventually, as you get to the center of town, you pass by the stone trellis covered in ivy and wisteria and beautiful flowers that grow. It's not so much wild growth as is just beautiful, as the scent of rose starts to envelop your senses. And in the center is a well um, that has been overgrown, and flowers are coming and growing out of it. And you see a beautiful feminine divine being um, smelling the flowers and pacing around very loftily around the well.
They know. Fleur and the rose.
Maybe that is Fleur.
Out in the open?
I mean, it sure looks like it, or at least what I imagined.
No one's been here in thousands of years. Let's go up to it.
Hi.
Elwyn will slowly walk up towards the fountain.
So will Thal.
Hello, ma'am.
She turns to see you, and you get a little flustered. This is a beautiful woman. Like you're a little like, oh, she's she's
No,
very, very pretty. Beautiful, gorgeous, bright eyes and blonde hair all down her back and sides. A very low cut, um, white kind of shimmering dress. And in a round, cute little nose, but the most eeriest part about it all is that she has no mouth. Where her mouth would have been is just a scar across the bottom of her face. She turns to you with kind eyes, but curious about you.
oh dear. What happened to you? I know you can't speak. Uh, I wonder if someone could talk to you in your mind, if that would work.
You hear a voice come from behind you, of a woman's voice, and you realize that standing behind you is a beautiful white unicorn, with almost like glittering and iridescent looking fur and a mane that seems to shimmer as the sunlight hits it. And the unicorn speaks and says, "Well, hello there, travelers."
It's
Uh,
okay now.
hello.
The unicorn goes over to the woman, and the woman like pets its mane, and like puts her head against it and then looks at you all. And she says, "What have you come for?" You
I'm here.
almost get a feeling that the woman is speaking through the horse because the horse's mouth is not moving at all.
Uh, well, we've actually come here to meet Fleur.
Yes, that is I.
It is a pleasure to meet you. And she like bows her head just a little bit. We have come here to seek something. Not necessarily it, but to ask something of you and to see if you'd be willing to help us.
One has traveled here before you. An enchantress, beautiful with kind eyes. She too asks something of me. She looks a lot like you.
I have never been here before.
Perhaps it was an ancestor of yours.
Uh, Plus, I don't know my family like that.
Tragic. What is that you ask of me?
I am sure you feel it, but Obsidious has trying to take over. For us to not let that happen, we were wondering if you would be willing to help us create a pillar for Everas itself. For Yuna and Okanos' pillars have been long destroyed. Obsidious still has his, but in order to save Everos, we must create its own magic. I know that you are the keeper of the rose, and the only way to make a pillar to save Everos would be to transport that rose to the heart of the elder tree and combine it to create the pillar of Everos to save it. Save Everos, save this plane, save all the people within it.
You sure do know a lot, mere mortal. Unfortunately, I cannot give you the rose, for the
Oh,
rose must stay here.
we personally don't want to take the rose. Since you are its keeper, would you be willing to take it and
I
protect
am
it?
I am bound to Eden. I cannot leave.
Did you create the pillar here?
We need the elder tree.
I do
I
not
thought
have the ability to create a pillar.
they said that the roots of the flower ran deep.
And so
It
does the elder tree.
might already be connected. Wouldn't it at least be worth a try?
Yes, but the with the root system, you have to understand that yes, they might have intertwined, and that might make little magic, super magical pockets of places in Everas. But to create a true pillar, the roots will have to be merged as one, not as intertangled. So we would have to do the base of the roots, the whole. We wouldn't be able to do that, and if we can't move the rose, we came here for nothing.
There may be a way to transport the rose elder tree, but it's going to take important ingredients and time in order to do so.
How much time?
However long it takes you to get the things I need. If you get these things, you will prove to me that maybe you can transport the rose. But I do not trust mortals easily.
Okay.
We
What do
understand
you
that.
need?
You will need water from the fountain of.
Repeat that. You cut out.
You will need water from the fountain of thorns. But that water cannot be contaminated by any mere vial, bottle, or goblet. You will need to craft a vial made of diamond. But these specific diamonds must be cultivated by dwarves, refined into a dust to create the glass to make the bottle. Once you do so, you can then take part of the water from the fountain of thorns. Then I will be able to water the rose because it can only last for so long. After that, you will need to create an enclosure, a terrarium, if you will, from fairy glass. Once you've done that, I will then need to seal it with dragon thorn. Get those, and the rose is yours.
Where is this fountain of thorns, per se?
I will tell you once you get the vial.
Okay, cool, cool.
How do we know we can trust your word?
The thing that is here is that you came to me asking for something very important. I do not care whether the rose leaves in the wrong hands because I can make it grow back here. You need it for yourselves. Trust me or not. The choice is yours.
We have no other choice. So we must do what you say. Okay. Is there a special crystal it needs to be come from? You said from the dwarves in the mountains. But is there a
Diamonds.
certain diamond?
The dwarves will know what I speak of when you talk to them about making the vial.
Okay.
Fine.
Where?
Dwarves.
Yes.
May I ask what happened to your form?
Let's just say Obsidious had something to do with this.
Oh,
Do not question me in the answers I give.
understood.
But may I have a word privately with each of you?
Sure.
Sure.
Each of you will need to give me something.
For what reason?
Well, now that we've already entered into a fairy contract, as you have given me a word, I cannot say. You don't have to choose what it is. I will take it from you.
For us, you guys, it's fine.
It is
I
for
will,
Everas.
I will return it to you if your word is true.
We have to. We have to get this vial. We're in it deep now, you guys.
We have to save Everas. It's the only way.
Then what's done is done. I have taken the thing that I need from you.
Looks
Good
at
luck.
herself. Does she notice anything different? And she's looking for things that. It's like, okay. Thank you. She kind of curtsies to Fleur.
You realize that Fleur is gone,
Hmm,
and so is the unicorn.
Okay.
I don't like this.
You have no choice to like it or not.
We have no choice to do it or not. I can just choose not to like it. What the
It's
fuck is
true.
So now we find some dwarves. I have no clue what dwarves are, except that one storybook realm we were in. Should we you think Eliot? Think we could reach Eliot from these little thingies? And she holds out her little communicator.
It might go to the wrong Elliot.
Oh,
Remember? He's the one who gave it to us.
didn't think about that.
You know? I wonder if there's a way we could switch them off.
Since Bailey already had one, would she know if it's possible to turn them off?
No, there isn't a way. It's just magic.
You can't turn it off. It doesn't work like that.
Since Bad Eliot gave it to us, I'm worried that he can magically track us or something to that effect.
If it's
Possible.
obsidious, then he knows where we are in our dreams at least. So if we even dream about our plans.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so head back into town, see if anybody in town knows where dwarves live.
yes, we should go to Canterbury. I'm sure that we can find a map and secure travel from there. I wonder what she took. I was expecting to fulfill the contract with only me, not everybody. I didn't want it on your guys' hands. This was my idea. This was my plan.
Rolling it together, Elowen.
I just, if there's any consequences and if it was a bad idea, I want it to come down to me and not you guys.
I mean, I was willing to sacrifice a lot too for it.
We've all had bad ideas, and he kind of looks over at Thal.
Hal kind of brushes, looks down and scuffs dirt a little bit.
It's alright. The past is in the past. Let's just do what we can now. Let's find the well. Or rather, I guess we need to find some dwarves.
Some diamond dust.
You head back out of Eden and cross the stepping stones and try back up through the forest. Eventually, after a couple hours or so, you've reached back down to the town of Canonbury, where it is late afternoon, maybe about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Um, and you see that the Harvest Festival is going on, and people are out and about, and uh, uh, carving banners and things like that have all hung up.
Forgot about this.
Feels weird to be back.
It was such fun that night.
Was it? Was it really?
Ah, well, not with what happened, but the overall ambiance. I loved it.
Was the night we met Ellie in Superior.
Yes, it was.
Val's gonna look for Charlie.
Um, roll investigation check.
Okay. 17.
So you kind of go into where all the market stalls and things like that, where the festivities are going on, and you see a large banner that says "The Village Cauldron," the name of Charlie's Tavern, as he's passing out apple cider and other baked goods, and a couple of kids run up and eat some candied apples from his table, and he goes, "Ah, have a good day, happy harvest." Ah, well then it's my friends who are going to save the world. Can I offer you any treats?
That candied
Um,
apple looks delicious.
It's yours. Do you want caramel and you want caramel candied or ones with crushed peanuts on it?
I'd just like a caramel one, thank you.
There you go. And he offers it over to Ellen.
Thanks.
Val will be like, "Can I try one of the red ones? The
Ah,
candied ones."
the candied apples. There you go.
Thank you. She's like licking it, and she's like, "I have a question for you, Charlie."
Well, it is improper to speak with your mouth full.
Oh, she takes it away. Um, do you know where dwarves live?
Mm, I knew a couple dwarves who passed through town. Some live here, but Most come from Bald Boulder in the Frostvale Mountains south of here.
Okay. Do you know if there might be diamonds in those mountains?
Well, they've got to be mining something.
Well, I don't know what you mine. Just thought you just mine like rocks or something. I mine pearls.
Yeah, I mean, are we sure that it's diamonds?
I'm sure that they'd be mining something, if not ore, iron, diamonds, I'm sure.
It's our best bet, you guys. That's the only dwarves that he knows of, then maybe those are the only dwarves that exist. We're just looking for some certain diamond dust so we craft this vial so we could save the world, you know.
Of course, always saving the world, you four.
Mm. Thank you for the apple.
Of course. Can I offer you anything else? I've got some ciders here, baked apple pie, roasted corn if you'd like.
Do you have a hot cider?
Yeah, of course. Just pulled it off the cauldron a little bit ago. Here. And he pours Bailey a mug of it, and it's
Thank
shaped
you.
like a little cauldron.
She kind of cups it in both hands, like warming her hands on it. Thank you, Charlie.
Of course. Would you like any cloves of cinnamon in it?
Sure, that sounds good.
Here. And he tucks some cinnamon into it. Not everyone likes cinnamon, but I think it adds a nice touch. I also have some hot chocolate, some hot mead, anything else to warm your tummies. You all look famished.
Yeah, we haven't really stopped today. We had breakfast at Eliot's and then, you know, walked forever.
A lot of walking, unfortunately.
But I'll take hot chocolate. I like chocolate.
Hot chocolate? Absolutely. Whipped cream? Or no?
Sure.
Perfect. He pours another one in a mug that's shaped like a little cauldron, and he pours some whipping cream on top. There you go.
Belle drinks it, leaving whipped cream on her nose.
You got a little something right just there.
She's trying to lick it off. Just wipes it.
Elowyn looks around at the harvest fest and she's sighs happily and she looks over. Harvest fest going all good? Nothing weird pop up?
No Sanderson sisters here to thwart our wonderful harvest plans.
Good, good. I wanted to make sure.
Of course. You'll have to actually stop by the apothecary, the raindrops and toadstools.
Is Misty
Really?
back?
Misty is back actually. She's been asking about you since I told her that you guys had stopped by, yeah, just last night.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. Maybe she knows more dwarves.
She
It's
might.
possible. She has a booth just down around the corner.
Thal's already skipping that way.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm sure we'll say goodbye. Unless something horrible happens.
Well, let's hope not. Don't manifest that. That's not good. But all
I'm
right,
only
be sure to
kidding.
say goodbye. And also, if you see Timothy, one with a nice looking stubble and salt and pepper hair, that send him my way.
Will too. Are you crushing on someone, Charlie?
Maybe. He came to the village a couple months ago. Bachelor. No wife, no kids. Quite handsome.
I will be sure to send him your way with a little nudge.
Thank you. All right. Good day.
Thanks again, Charlie.
Of course. So you guys had kind of past the stalls of the Harvest Festival, cattle corn and different types of fresh breads and goodies and treats and sweets. before eventually turning the corner and seeing Misty's little booth at the end, where Raindrops and Toadstool's banner is hung up, and you see the logo of the toadstool, and then there's little rain seems to be sprinkling down in a constant flowing, shimmering, magical illusion. She's got crystals and herbs and little candles and things like that, amulets and talismans all hung up and on mannequins, rings and things like that. And she's got a like a little black shawl on and curly, just crazy hair and her little witch's hat on top. And she goes, "Oh well, if this is my friends," and she bumps over into the table, almost knocking some of her stuff down. And she's like, "Oh, oh," and then she comes around and she starts giving you all hugs. I'm so happy to see you all.
Good to
It's
see
good to
you
see you,
too.
Misty.
How are you faring?
Hmm.
Well, saving the world once again, but doing our best.
Anything I could help you do?
Well,
Yeah, do you? Sorry.
oh, sorry. We're actually looking to charter some travel to some dwarves. We're looking for magical dwarven diamonds that we can ground down and make into a vial. It's very peculiar.
Oh, interesting. You said securing travel. I did just get some new brooms on sale. They just came in not that long ago. Tara has sent them. The real Tara this time, not the other one.
We met the real Tara.
We did.
That's good.
It's very
She's
sweet.
quite lovely.
There's actually some other things. What can you tell us about fairy glass and about dragon thorn?
Okay. Yeah, fairy glass. It is glass that's created by a godmother. Can only be created by a godmother, not your normal typical fae. Whereas dragonthorn, it is any type of thorn bush that grows where evil has been. So, for example, somewhere there has been a curse, large bloodshed, battlefields, things like that. It looks like it's protruding red blood out of the thorns. It looks like dragon's teeth and blood comes off the top. Don't worry, it's absolutely normal, and it's not poisonous as long as you don't eat it.
Well, now I want to eat it.
Please don't
Okay,
eat
then
it.
if you eat it, you'll die. I mean, an agonizing, horrible, painful death. So if that's something you wanted to do,
Not really, but I mean, now you said no, don't eat it. Now I'm just tempted.
Well,
I'm okay. I
We're
won't
not
eat it.
gonna eat it, Thal.
don't buy everything I have here on stand.
Okay.
Are you
She's
going to
looking.
buy something?
I want to now.
Good.
Yeah, Misty.
how much is the whole lot?
Oh god, I couldn't even possibly sell you all of this. But I do have some amulets and talismans, some crystals. I just got a fresh amethyst and some rose quartz here. Tiger's eye, some emerald, some jade,
Tell us about it. What can it do?
different things. Carry them with you. Rose quartz has been an absolute highly sale. Charlie nearly bought the lot of them last time I was by. I told him that it could attract love. He's been really smitten about the new Timothy guy.
Oh, yes, we've heard. I'm going to, after we meet with you, I'm going to go hunt him down. Give him a good old nudge in the right direction.
Well, there you go. But you might want to be careful because old Bathilda over there, she's been eyeing him up.
Bathilda?
Yes, Bathilda, the one with the huge tits. Knockers. Bosoms.
Boobs.
Language, Misty.
Oh, listen, I'm trying, okay?
Goodness.
Okay, wait, who's the lady with the huge tits?
Not you too.
Bathilda, she's over there. She's quite old. A widower.
Did you
Widowess?
say she's
Widow?
been? I believe. I believe it's widow. Is she eyeing Timothy or Charlie?
Timothy.
Timothy.
See, he just flew in here on a broomstick, as we wish to say. Came in the middle of the night, was here, settled down, no kids. Kind of strange for a single man of his handsome-looking dapperness. Doesn't have anyone to call home.
Do you know if he's gay?
I have no idea, actually. He's kind of a hard one to read. He did stop by my shop one time, asking about some sage and some rosemary, but I think he was more making things for soup. I told him mine's more for witchcraft.
Gotcha. Well, to support your little business, I would like to buy something.
Sure. What can I offer you?
Hmm. What crystal do you think would best suit aspiring master druid?
Aspiring Master Druid.
I don't know much about crystals. I deal with more of living things rather than stones and crystals.
Okay, well, I guess you could say some of this would do all right. Um, it's aventurine. It might be good to keep on hand. Also you could do some malachite. And careful, it is kind of fragile. Or tourmaline. Um, although I would probably say this. And she pulls out a stone, a glittering stone. This is fluorite. I think this one won't be really good for you.
Thank you. How much?
Just 10.
Elwyn gives her 20.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I am supporting a small business that is dear to my heart, as this little town is, and you deserve it. You work very hard, Misty, and I am going to fashion it to my staff and always remember Canterbury.
Oh, well, thank you. I quite appreciate that. I'll be sure to remember you. Anytime you come through, 10%, 15%.
Oh, goodness, you don't have to do that.
Well, just
But
as you didn't have to give me 20, I have to give you 15.
fine, fine. And she takes the florey and she like grabs a little strip of leather that's out of her bag and she ties it to a bit of her staff.
Very perfect. Looks great.
I think it does as well.
Do you have a necklace or a pendant of the rose quartz?
A pendant for rose quartz, absolutely. I've got one that's refined. I have some that's raw. I have some towers actually. Um, that might look good. Or did you want something kind of more dainty, or do you want some more rugged?
Something beautiful. Maybe something refined. A
Right.
necklace.
Sure. I do have this one. I've been working on it, just finished it up this morning. It is rose quartz. It's been bathed in some full moon water and charged under the full moon for 3 cycles. And she fashions out a pendant necklace with a rose quartz tied in gold around the end. You can see it's very beautifully refined and carved into what looks to be like a heart.
Do you have a little box for it?
No, yeah, absolutely. Here, let me just see. And she turns around. She starts going through stuff. Here, I got you. Just like that. Um, I'll say this one is 25.
Perfect. And she'll give her 30 and take the rose quartz pendant and tuck it into her bag.
Well, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Misty.
I appreciate your business.
I
Can I offer
appreciate
you, Lucan, or Thal, anything else?
Val's like looking at all the crystals. She's like, so they all do something?
I suppose so, if you want to believe it and manifest it as so.
Hmm. Which one's luck?
You want something for luck?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple. And she goes around and she turns into pulls out a box. Well, you could do some aventurine or citrine. And I also have some jade here too. It could amplify your luck. It's called the Stone of Opportunity. It can manifest desires.
Well, I'll take the jade. It looks pretty.
Perfect. I could do this here. It's green jade. I don't have anything that's refined, but it is quite shiny and smooth.
Well, that's okay. I don't need anything refined. I'm just gonna hold it for look.
Would you prefer me to strap it to a ring or a bracelet or perhaps a pendant necklace?
Let's do a ring.
All right, here, let me just tie this. And she like conjures up some magic, and you see it kind of float in air, and then hot sparks kind of go off. You see her create a ring, and she hands it over to you. This one's
Thank you.
25 as well.
And she digs out her 30 gold and a pearl.
Pearl, how beautiful! It's mother of pearl. That's quite good in witchcraft as well. I'll place it on my altar.
Okay. Thank you for these and your help.
Of course, I'm glad to be of assistance. Now, Lucan, is there anything I can offer you?
Actually, and he like pulls out his shield. He's like, I don't know if it'll actually do anything in this slot, but do you have anything that might fit in here? And he points to one of the slots in his shield.
Holy cricket, you have one of these shields. It's absolutely beautiful. This is dwarven design. It's immaculate. You know, I did happen across an amulet upon my travels when I was gathering things for my shop. I might have something that would fit in here. And she goes over and she fuddles with some of her belongings, her bag. She's, now, where did I put it? Ah, yes, here it is. And she pulls out what looks to be a stone that kind of almost looks like a skull on it. Um, and she says, so in my studies and travels, this particular amulet is supposed to ward off death.
Well, that would be particularly helpful. So, yeah, I think I'll take it.
Okay. So with this one, it's going to be a little bit more expensive at 50. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Uh, he is going to give her 50.
Well, thank you very much. I quite appreciate it, Lucan. Here.
Sorry, it's not extra.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm glad you all stopped by.
And the brooms. They could take us to Bolmoma, where the dwarves live.
Old
Bolmor.
Boulder, Bald Boulder in the Frostvale Mountains. Yeah, absolutely. Just going to need to head south from here. Each of you need a broom.
Well, we've never quite traveled like this before. Could you give us a little uh rundown on how they work?
All right, so I'm not going to give you the newest and latest models because those are going to be more for people who know how to fly on brooms. But these ones, and she hands out a couple traditional looking brooms with tied up twig strings and some colorful fabrics and dangly bits around the handle. These will give you just enough oomph to get you there in some time. Um, you're going to want to kick off from the ground whenever you're ready and control it with the handle. Just steer it in the direction you want to go. Left to go left, pull right to go right, and if you want to go up, pull down, and then if you want to go down, pull up.
All right.
Any tips on
Seems pretty
landing?
easy.
Yes, when you're ready to land, make sure you hover just above the ground. You don't want to go in for a crash landing. These should have some very good handles on it. They're a little bit worn, they're not brand new, but they should get you there.
And the brakes?
Oh, just pull up.
Okay.
Trust me, they
Okay.
kind of have a mind of its own, and they also don't want to crash or break, so they're not going to want to do that to you.
Okay.
How
Well,
much
that's
for these?
reassuring.
For the lot, I'll sell it to you for 150.
Okay.
Bailey will just go ahead and hand over another 50.
Same.
Yeah, I'll give it 50.
Perfect. Thank you very
So
much.
thank
And
you.
now be careful when you do fly a little high, it gets a little bit wonky and it can be quite crisp up there. So make sure you're wearing a traveling cloak or warmer clothes when you're up in the sky. And be prepared for anything.
Okay,
Okay,
that's not ominous or not.
You know, you never know who might be flying up there as well.
that's
It's
true.
very true. Think about
Well, it was nice seeing you again, Misty. Hopefully, we'll see you again another time.
Perfect. I hope to see you again as well.
Thank you
Right.
again.
Blessed be. Goodbye.
Bye.
And you leave
Thal's
Misty's little booth with new trinkets in hand.
Bailey nervously straddles the broom.
Oh, we gotta go. I'm gonna go help Charlie out first before we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just eager. She
I
steps off,
understand.
a little relieved to not be flying yet. Puts the broom.
pretending she's flying, just walking on the ground. She's like, wee.
So, Bailey, how do we inch someone towards Charlie? You have, I think, are the only one who's done the romance thing.
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is subtly find out if Timothy swings that way. And then we'll go from there.
Right.
Just calm, don't be pushy, you know? Let's just talk to him, make a relationship with him, get to know him, and make it a casual conversation. And just see if we can't mention our friend Charlie.
Okay.
Just
Now,
don't be
where
weird.
is he? Are we weird?
We know. Some of us sometimes, yes.
Thal's just jumping with the broom between her legs.
Kind of Bailey glances at Thal. Just mm, don't be weird.
Elowens scans the crowd, looking for a younger guy with peppery hair.
You go over, kind of just going across the area, and you see kind of in the main thoroughfare by the tables and things like that. You see an older looking woman with very large breasts, like laughing like a wench, to a very handsome looking man, um, probably early 40s, late 30s. Um, and she's like, "Oh, stop it! You're so funny, Timothy." And she like hits him on the shoulder. "So, are you doing anything later, love?" And Timothy's like, "Oh, no, I'm probably gonna go home and make some stew and enjoy the rest of the evening for tonight." She goes, "Oh, would you like some company now, would ya?" And Timothy's like, "No, and just me and the cat. I think we'll be okay." And she goes, "Oh, you kids are good with cats, are you? How sensitive and sweet you are." "Oh, well, would you look at that? I've run out of alcohol. I'll get us some, love, okay? Just stay right here." And Timothy's just like, "Okay." And you like can see she's back to you, his face to you, and you see his eyes just kind of roll as she like smacks him on the butt and starts walking down to get some alcohol to fill her mug. And he just shakes his head before drinking some of his pumpkin spice latte or something.
Well, that's a good sign.
Elowyn
Should I
walks up. I, sorry, sir. Excuse me.
You all right?
I I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but it looks like you need a little bit of help.
Does it look that bad?
Completely pained.
Yeah, she has been talking to me nonstop.
Well, hopefully we can give you a little bit of air and reprieve from her.
Okay, what did you have in mind?
Well, we heard that you are new to town. What's your name?
Oh, you can call me Tim. Just came here a couple months ago, actually. Settled down. It's a beautiful place. Always wanted to be the seaside. I'm a writer, you see.
Oh, are you?
Hmm. And hopefully my son will come visit me here soon. He's been staying with his mother for the past couple years or so.
Oh, well, it is a lovely town, and it's quite safe now. We were here a little while ago, and it's a place I could call home as well.
Hmm, that's quite nice. Well, I appreciate you for keeping the town safe, and hopefully my boy will think the same. Although he's not much of a boy anymore. He's nearly almost 18 years old now.
Is that your only child?
Yeah, from my previous marriage. Um, some things kind of faded out with her, and I went off to war, and then now I'm here. And when I came back, she had closed shop and left me in the dust.
I'm
Sorry to
terribly
hear
sorry to
that.
hear that.
It's all right. Been able to keep in contact with my son, and he's been filling me in on all his adventures and things like that. He's following me as a writer. He wants to become an author like me one day.
What's his name?
Noah.
What kind of novels do you write?
Personally, I like mysteries.
Those are good ones.
Yeah,
Anything? Are you? Do you have a muse about this town? Do you have a current book you're writing?
I do. Actually, I learned about the history of the Anchorage Hotel up there on the cliff. I had come here, but they said someone had already solved the mystery there, so that scrapped that idea. But now I'm kind of working on one, but we'll see what happens.
Care to divulge anything?
Well, then I wouldn't be a very good mystery now, would it?
That is true. That is quite true.
Well, when
You
I
know
get it
who?
published, I'll have to send you one.
That would be fantastic. You know who also really likes mysteries in this town, and who actually helped us a lot? The tavern owner. His
Someone,
name's huh?
someone in this town actually like mysteries too.
Yes, his name's Charlie. He's really good at it, actually. Is a little detective himself. Not officially, not like that.
Really?
But mhm,
That's the tavern owner of the Village Cauldron.
yeah,
Huh. Well, I had stopped in there when I first came into town for a bite to eat, and I remember him. He was very nice. He's a bit awkward, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he
he seemed
is. So, you're new to town. Obviously, everything kind of went the way that it did with your ex-wife. Are you seeing anybody other than Big Tits over there?
I can
Really,
promise you that I'm not seeing her by any means.
No?
Um, no, not really looking now, but I mean, if something were to come my way, I definitely wouldn't mind it. It does kind of get lonely on those chilly autumn nights by the seaside,
Yeah,
but
there's
I'm a bit
a
of a hopeless romantic.
really. So tell me, what's your type? Perfect world.
Eh, someone who is charming, not too full of themselves, can make me laugh, and is a good caregiver. Um, can make a mean minestrone soup, and keeps me warm, and I can keep them warm too. Someone gentle, someone who enjoys a mystery or two. Why are you
No,
all
I
looking at me like that?
no, it's nothing. But that sounds like a cozy life that you're looking for yourself. I
Hope
hope you
so.
find it.
Well,
I
thank
think you
you.
would definitely find it in this town.
There's a lot of nice people around here. A lot of nice women and a lot of nice men.
For sure. Absolutely. I, you said his name is Charlie?
Mhm.
I'll have to give
Oh,
him what?
and on Thursdays, the special, mwah, it's a soup and it's amazing. I think you should go there one day.
Thursday.
Mhm.
Perhaps I will.
It's a special.
I'll tell him that you all sent me. What did you say your
Perfect.
name was, sir?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We forgot to introduce ourselves. I'm Elowens.
My name is
Pleasure to meet
Bailey.
you. Nice to meet you, Bailey.
It's good to meet you, Timothy.
Please. Timothy is so old. Call me Tim.
Tim.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and hopefully this was a good little breather from
Big
her.
tits.
Yes, I'm hoping that she just gets too drunk and can't find me again. But
Yeah, it might be a good time to vanish into the crowd, if you know what I'm saying.
for sure. And my son should hopefully be here by the end of the day. If you guys are in town, you'll have to meet him.
Love to.
All right. Well, thank you all again. And oh, my apple cider's done. I'll have to go get some of that booth over there.
I could have sworn
Anyway,
that was a pumpkin spice latte.
nope. Just the pumpkin spice whipped cream on top.
Hmm. It's a good time of year.
It is. All right. Well met.
Take care, Tim.
And he
I hope you
goes
find
off.
everything you're looking for.
You see him go off and go over to Charlie's booth to fill up his cup of apple cider, and you kind of see them kind of talk and for a minute and laugh, and then you see Charlie look over your way and give you a wink before they continue talking.
Okay. I think we just did the magic of Harvest Fest.
Maybe so.
I don't think we were too weird. Were we too weird?
No, I wouldn't think so. We just talked to him.
Okay.
It's a festival and people are sitting around the bars drinking. You're supposed to strike up a chat, right?
Very true.
Besides,
So
Well,
it seemed less weird that I was talking to Logan, like, away.
they weren't just staring.
Oh,
Well, besides, I mean, look, he seems happy now. Happier than he was with, you know, who?
thank you.
Big tits.
Bailey.
He just grins every time Elowen reacts.
Well,
Never thought someone smaller than me and younger than me would reprimand me so much for my language.
well, it's not nice.
They're just words, Elowen.
But what if she heard them?
She'd probably be proud.
Sure, she's not unaware of her breast size.
the words do have power, just like names.
Well, we're out of our earshot anyways. So, about these brooms.
Well, I feel like we should say goodbye to Charlie and head on off.
Alright. I don't want to
Uh,
interrupt them, though.
We'll give him a
you
small wave.
you see that Tim has kind of walked away from Charlie's booth, and you see Charlie's face like flushed, and he like turns to look at you guys as you're kind of over by his booth. But out of the corner of your eye, you see Tim. He kind of like turns his back, and like smiles, and then walks away drinking his drink. Um, and Charlie's like, did you cast a love spell on him or something? He just comes up out of the blue and starts talking to me about super mysteries."
We did not cast any magic whatsoever. Cross our hearts.
All right, I believe you. I believe you. No curses involved.
Did you kiss him? Like Saphira kissed Eliot?
No, I didn't kiss him, though I sure would wish he would.
I don't
Did I
think
say
that's
that
how
out loud?
romance. I don't think that's how romance works, Thal. I
Let's.
don't think they just and it happens.
What happened with Bailey and Eliot? It was just out of the blue. This happened.
Maybe it is how it's done.
I've never seen it happen any other way, I guess. But that was one of like the first two times I've ever seen it happen. I don't know. Well, maybe next time.
Are you all heading out?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Mu-
Well, thanks for stopping by. Always a place here in Canonbury Bay. Glad I got to see you twice in 2 days.
Yeah. It was nice actually. I wish we
Heading.
could stay.
You're always welcome to. But I know you got big, important things, saving the world and whatnot.
But yeah. If you
You're
want to
going to
kiss
brush
him, gotta save the world.
hopefully we'll get there one day, but I don't want to rush things.
Oh, hint. He might really like your Anchorage hotel story. Just an FYI. And your minstrel's troupe.
Really?
Yes. Just a
Well, then,
hint.
all right. Well, then I shall make it every night this week, hoping that he comes by. And I'll
Told him
prepare the
Thursday.
story. Thursday? That's only 3 days away. Can't
You
wait
can do
that
it.
long.
You can do it.
Listen, Charlie. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Sometimes you gotta play it cool.
All right, little philosopher.
It's not philosophy. You just gotta be cool. You can't force things. You can't be pushy. You gotta just whatever's meant for you is gonna come to you. And I think it's gonna come to you on Thursday night, ready for minestrone.
He's going to come Thursday night. All right, I have so many things to prepare for.
You can do it.
Okay. Well, thank you again.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, don't have all the rose quartz on display.
How did you, Misty? I'm gonna have a word with her.
Put them
He's
under
Oh,
your pillowcase,
dude.
Don't want to overwhelm the poor guy.
all
But no, I
right.
mean, really, it seems like a good fit.
Well, thank you. Quite appreciate that. You all have a good day and good luck saving the world. I'll be here if you need me.
Thank
Now
you.
to talk to a witch about more rose quartz.
Bye,
Right.
Charlie.
I'll be right back. I got a bathroom real quick.
It's too cute. Holy shit, guys, we're all gonna be together in less than 2 weeks. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It's crazy. I can't wait.
Oh, Liz, what size suitcase are you bringing? Because I have no idea. Should I bring my big one? Should I bring my medium-sized one? I don't know. I never travel with my luggage going under the plane. I always
All right,
carry on
we
because
talked
I'm
about this.
psycho.
Use your big suitcase. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Seriously. It's a weight limit and you're not gonna go over it.
Okay.
I will send you a picture of my suitcase. I'm also gonna look at that stuff tonight.
hmm
Um, I'll look at it today after D&D, and if anything needs to be fixed or changed, I'll change it this week. I'll be at team night tomorrow, and then I have a dinner on Wednesday.
I think we can end it there. I think that's a good little
Okay.
place because the next part will be more and yeah. So cool. What a
Dude,
fun little one.
I love it so much. I can't even